I'd like to welcome you to the second day of our classes at this retreat, the third day of the retreat. And today we will discuss the second verse of Shikshastaka. Yesterday we discussed the first verse and we found 7 treasures. So, I want to see if you remember what those 7 treasures are. Who remembers one treasure? Yes. Darpana, cleaning the heart, yes, of all the dust. The mirror of the heart is clean. What's another treasure? Oh, raise your hand, raise your hand. Yes, in the back.
Extinguishing the fire.
Extinguishing the fire, yes.
We feel refreshed.
We feel refreshed, just like the rain outside is refreshing. After so much heat, I've been in Europe for 3 months and it's been hot everywhere. It's the first time we have rain. Yes. Benediction moon is spread. Very good. What's another treasure? Yes.
The ocean of nectar.
Ocean of nectar is increasing. Okay. Anything else? Did we forget? Yes? Bhakti Devi appears with her 2 sons. Knowledge. Knowledge. I think, was that it? I think that's... there's nectar at every step, increasing. Okay, good. Good. So today we will do the second verse. Yesterday was the level of Shraddha. Today we will go through Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, and Anartani Riti, which means Sadhu Sangha, association with devotees, Bhajana Kriya, performing devotional service, and Anartani Riti, overcoming the obstacles, the anarthas, trying to free ourselves from the anarthas, and the ignorance, the dust of ignorance, the clouds of anarthas and the dust of ignorance. So, Shikshastaka, verse 2. Nam namakari bahutani jasar shakti statarpitani anita smarane hakala etalashita vakripa bhagavan mamahi dadai vamiri shamiha jalina nuraga. Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. Thus, you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. Yes, this is our problem. We commit... Krishna is so kind, he's appearing right before us when we chant. But we commit so many offenses, we have no attraction for him. The problem is offenses. So the first thing, we have to understand Krishna and his name are non-different. When we say Krishna, he is here with us. And we also have to understand our relationship with Krishna. He's here. What is our relationship? So who can tell me there's one word which will exemplify our relationship with Krishna? Can anybody think of one word?
Dasyam.
Huh?
Dasyam.
I didn't get it. Servant. Yeah, very good. Servant. Was that in your language?
I said dasyam.
Oh, dasyam. Oh, okay, Sanskrit. Yeah, that's why I didn't catch it. Okay, yeah, dasyam. Good. All right, servant, that's our relationship. So what are the symptoms of a person who is a servant of the holy name? What does it mean to be a servant of the holy name? Prabhupada explains in Adi Lila, if you consider yourself eternal servant of the holy name, in this spirit, you distribute the holy name to the world. So if you're a servant of the holy name, it means you will distribute it. Prabhupada said, one who chants in that spirit without offenses is certainly elevated to the platform of understanding the holy name and the Lord are identical. So we must engage our tongue in service to the holy name. We're going to concentrate on the tongue today, not just chanting, but yes, in the chanting. We'll see. We'll have a little exercise today with our tongue, a little meditation. But after, Narottam Das Thakur has said, Golokir Premadan Harinam Sankirtan Ratina Jamila Kenetai. This sound vibration is coming down from Goloka Vrindavan. Just like the Prabhupada says, just like you have the radio messages, you get sound from other places by the radio. So we have a Goloka radio, and it's coming, the Harinam Mahamantra is coming from Goloka radio station. But it's a different dimension. It's not the same as the radio here. It's a spiritual dimension. But we're so unfortunate we don't want to receive the sound when it's coming down. And so this is very wonderful. When we chant the holy name, we connect with the super soul, who is intelligence in our heart. Our intelligence is coming from super soul, Gita says. From me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. And so one time my son, when he was 14 years old, he said to me, well, if I could only talk to super soul, I would never be bored again. Because boredom is a problem for teenagers. They're always bored. They don't know what to do with themselves. And so, yeah, if you could talk to Super Soul, you wouldn't be bored, that's for sure. You would have an eternal conversation going, eternally. And so how do we do that? Yeah, I say, yes, you can connect. You chant Hare Krishna and you connect. You're in conversation with the Super Soul. So chanting, when we chant, it's like trying to make a connection, trying to make a phone call to the spiritual world. Yeah, one time it was very interesting. In Vrindavan, one minister from another religion came to Vrindavan, and he talked to one of the devotees, the Vaishnavas in Vrindavan, and he said, "Can you help me? I want to make a call to God." And so the Vaishnava said, "Okay, what country are you from?" He said, I'm I'm from Europe or something. He said, "Okay, that will be 10,000 rupees, very expensive call." He said, "Oh, that's very expensive." So then the Vaishnava said, "No, it's okay, I'll make a call and it'll be cheaper for me." So he said, "But why is it cheaper for you?" He said, "Because it's a local call, it's Vrindavan." So anyway, we are making a local call to Krishna when we chant Hare Krishna, because this place is also Vrindavan, because Krishna is here, Gauritai is here. And so when we chant, we're making a local call here. So there is a story that shows how we fail to understand that Krishna and his name are not different. This story is told by His Holiness Sachinanda Swami. Perhaps you know the story. One time there was a beggar, a very poor man. He went to visit a king. And he said to the king, "I would like to just see what gold looks like." And the king said, "Okay, go up the stairs, turn left, open the door on the left, you will see gold." He went up the stairs, turned left, he opened the door, and whoa, gold. And then he looked back and he said, "Whoa, the stairs are also made of gold. I just didn't know what gold looks like." So the same thing is the way to attain Krishna. The chanting is already Krishna, it's gold. And when we reach Krishna, it will also be gold. We'll see that Krishna and his name are not different. We don't realize it, that right now we are with Krishna when we chant. Krishna is with us. So once we start on the path, Krishna will gradually reveal himself to us. So we owe this path to the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Gauritai, and Srila Prabhupada, who brought the holy name to the West. When Krishna came to this world, he brought Krishna Prema. But the treasure house, the treasure was locked. And it's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Gaur Nitai opened up the treasure box. They broke open, they ate, and they distributed the contents. But this was only in India. So Prabhupada, he took the treasure house to the whole world. He opened up, he distributed, he ate, and he distributed to the whole world. So that is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And we have this treasure of the holy name now with us. So I would like to read one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam about Lord Nrsingadev. It's when Prahlad Maharaj goes in front. Nrsingadev is very angry, and Prahlad is going in front. And he offers obeisances, and Nrsingadev picks him up. He puts his hand on Prahlad's head. And Prahlad was, as soon as he felt the touch of Lord Nrsingadev's hand on his head, all the symptoms of ecstasy came, and he was freed from all material contamination. So Srila Prabhupada said that we can have that same benefit of the touch of the Lord in this age. And that benefit is that we can get the touch of Krishna by chanting his holy name. Krishna is touching our tongue when we chant. This is the same as when Lord Nrsingadev put his hand on Prahlad's head, Prabhupada said. So imagine that. When we chant Hare Krishna, it's the same as getting the touch of the Lord's hand on our head. So I would like to just start off today with chanting Japa. Hope you brought your beads. This is a Japa seminar, and beads are important. So our first meditation today will be, we're going to have some very different meditations today, especially the last one. So I would like you to meditate on the touch of Krishna on your tongue while you're chanting. Try to taste Krishna. Prabhupada has said in one lecture that we must taste Krishna. He said, we think we must see. Our eyes are so important. I want to see Krishna. No, Prabhupada said the tongue is the most important. We must taste Krishna. So now we're going to meditate on tasting Krishna with our tongue. Chant a little bit of Japa. Okay, thank you. So what happens when we realize that Krishna and his name are not different? Krishna will come to us. Just like Haridas Thakur, he could not go inside the Jagannath temple. He did not go because he did not want to create some disturbance. But Lord Jagannath, in the form of Lord Chaitanya, used to come to him and visit every day. So now one of my god sisters is in Jagannath Puri. She was there for the Rath Yatra. And she was saying, yeah, we cannot go in the temple, but Jagannath has come to us all over the world. He has come out to us. And so we are very fortunate. And the Supreme Court in Delhi made a ruling that the temple should allow everyone to go in. But the temple has rejected that as far as they understand. It is not going to happen right now anyway. Yeah, so she said that she had so many TV interviews and everything, and she said, yeah, we don't mind if we don't go in. And the king they were very happy with that. They gave her a big, good seat to see the Rath car. They let her go, to see. So, yeah, she's a celebrity there now in Jagannath Puri. Mahadevi is her name. But yeah, so Jagannath King, he's coming to all the countries. I think he's even on our altar, maybe, miniature, very small. You have to see. He's 1 inch maybe, or I don't know, centimeters. Yeah, very small Jagannath we have. He has come with us today also. So, if sound can reveal form, sound reveals form. How does sound reveal form? Just like when you make a phone call. And when you hear the voice of the person that you're talking to, you can see the person. You can visualize the person. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we can visualize the person, Krishna. And on the level of nishtha, or firm faith, then we will see. It will happen. That when we chant, the form will come automatically. Now we are still struggling with an artha-nivritti, but don't worry, the day will come when we will actually see Krishna. And so, Lord Chaitanya, Shikshastika, he has said to Charpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala, that for hearing and chanting, there's no particular time, no particular place. For Gayatri Mantra, there's so many rules. 3 times a day, at the Sandhya, Tri-Sandhya, after taking bath. But Hare Krishna, you can chant anytime, anywhere, even in the bathroom. And one of my godbrothers, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, when he was preaching in Eastern Europe, in your country, and other countries like your country, it was under communist rule, so he couldn't chant. He couldn't chant, outside or anywhere. And he used to travel on the trains and chant in the bathrooms. That's where he would chant his rounds. And he was distributing full sets of books to the colleges and universities. So you can chant in the bathroom also, but not your Japa is not good. But I mean, now it's okay. It's not communist anymore, so you can chant outside. But you can sing Hare Krishna in the bathroom. That's okay. That's all right. So and Prabhupada said that we spend so much money to make a temple, and you have to observe so many rules and regulations of cleanliness, and spend so much money. But simply by chanting, you can get the association of Krishna very easily. There is a verse from Padma Purana about deity worship. One has worshipped the deity for at least 1,000 lifetimes, and in each life has taken proper Brahminical initiation, is able to vibrate the holy name of the Lord. Jai. So if you're chanting Hare Krishna, means you were a pujari, and 1,000 lifetimes it says here, you're chanting Hare Krishna. That's wonderful. Of course, in Kali Yuga, there is a special concession as Gaur Nitai have come, and they don't see the qualification. Prabhupada is not seeing the qualification. He's just giving. Just take. Chant Hare Krishna. Maybe we're not qualified. Most probably we're not qualified, but they're freely giving the holy name. And so another thing to know, now we're talking in class in Slovenia, they're discussing the Yamaraj instructing his messengers. And Yamaraj is explaining how the holy name is so powerful. Ajamila, he chanted imperfectly. He couldn't pronounce properly because he was dying. He was a sinful man. And he was not calling Krishna, he was calling his son, Narayani. 3 things were imperfect in his chanting, but still he got liberation. So, this is a very wonderful mantra. Sridhar Swami has commented that in Ayurvedic medicine, most doctors, they don't prescribe. There's a very wonderful medicine called Mrita Sanjeevani. It can bring the dead back to life. But they don't know about this medicine somehow, or they don't prescribe it. Instead, they give Trikatu, very bitter medicine. So the Trikatu is, Sridhar Swami says, this is karma, jnana, and yoga, very bitter medicines. Because in India, most people, they don't know. They just try to follow the Vedic system of karma, jnana, yoga. So they don't know the nectar of the holy name. They don't know about it. Without knowing there's a very nice medicine, nice Harinam Sankirtan, then they give you this bitter paths. And so there was one man in Moscow many, many years ago, and he was coming to visit the temple on Sunday feast. And he was going to other temples and other places too. He was not so serious. But one time he he was dying. And the hospital called up the temple. They said, we got one of yours here. And they said, they counted, oh, everybody's here. Then they went to see who it was this person, this congregational member. So they started chanting. And although his line was like, he left his body, he came back, actually, when the chanting started. And he said, now I understand the importance of chanting Hare Krishna. And he died. Yeah. That was very interesting. So, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra will save you. So, no tapasya here, just chant Hare Krishna. Itadashi tavakripa bhagavan mamapi. It is made so easy for us, but our misfortune is Judaivam idishamiha jani nanuraga, not no raga. We can, not only we don't have attraction, also we cannot reciprocate the love. Krishna, in his name, he's coming to us with love, and we cannot reciprocate it. And we were talking yesterday how we only have one problem, and that is to accept Krishna. And if we chant really nicely, Prabhupada says, Krishna says, we chant very nicely, Krishna will come, and Krishna will say, please accept me, please accept me, please accept me. Like we are saying, please accept me, Krishna will come and say, please accept me also, when we chant. That is our problem. He comes, and we don't accept him. So this is a challenge of our life. Our hearts are meant for the pastimes of the Lord, but unfortunately, so many other things are in our heart. So when we chant Hare Krishna, what is happening in our heart? Suppose now when they do operations on the heart operation and different operations, they have a camera and you can see everything that's happening. I know when I had a foot operation and I could see the bone, the this, the that, everything. So, but what would happen if we had a video camera in our heart while we're chanting Hare Krishna? What would we see in our heart? Anybody have some idea? What will we see with our video camera while we're chanting Hare Krishna? We'll see Krishna. Oh, very good. Very nice. And what is Krishna doing there?
Dancing. Rubbing.
Yeah, he's rubbing. Very good. Yeah, Krishna is cleaning our heart. Krishna is cleaning our heart. That's what Bhagavatam says. He's cleaning out all the material desires. Shinvatam Swakata Krishna. Lord Chaitanya, before the Jagannath Rath Yatra, he was cleaning the Gundicha temple, and he was cleaning out so many straws and dust and grains of sand. And so Srila Prabhupada said, if you want to put Krishna, if you want to see Krishna in your heart, put him on the throne, then you have to clean. You have to clean your heart. And so when we chant, we clean. And what is the dust? If we want to know what is the dust in our heart, there are three kinds of anarthas and one kind of dust. So the three kinds of anarthas, hriday darbalyam, weakness of heart is the first one, weakness of heart. What is the weakness of heart? Attachment to things that have no relationship to Krishna. Number 2, cheating propensity or fault finding. Number 3, envy.
Can you do this slower?
Okay. All right, attachment, you got that? It would be a huge flip chart if I put everything. Attachment to things that have no relationship to Krishna, number 1. And number 2, cheating propensity and fault finding. Number 3, envy. Number 4, desire for recognition. Still. Okay, which one did you miss? Envy, you got envy, you got desire for recognition. Okay.
And lust.
Desire for recognition. Yeah, lust is included there. It will be there, for sure. These are the weakness of heart. Weakness of heart. Okay, next. Next anartha, that was anartha number 1, weakness of heart. Anartha number 2, offenses. 4 kinds. Offense to the holy name. Offense to the form, like deity worship offense. Then Vaishnava aparad. And the 4th one is against other living entities, like animals, like other people. That's also offense that will hurt our chanting of the holy name. Okay, so that was 2 anarthas. Number 3 anartha, thirst for material objects, asat trishna. So number 1, thirst for material objects is the anartha. First is desire for sense objects of this world, sense objects on this world, in this world. Number 2, desire for enjoyment on heavenly planets. This is an anartha. Number 3, desire for mystic powers. Maybe we have some yogis here who would like to have mystic powers. Okay, well, watch out. This is an anartha. Number 4, desire for liberation. So these are the anarthas under the category of thirst for material objects. Enjoying, we want to enjoy these things. And then, besides anarthas, there is a cloud of ignorance about spiritual knowledge. Tattva vibhrama. 4 kinds of ignorance. The first kind of ignorance is about our own identity, illusion about our own identity, who we are. That is the first kind of ignorance. Second kind of ignorance is about the position of the Supreme Lord. We don't know the Lord. Don't know ourselves, we don't know the Lord. Third kind of ignorance about the process of sadhana bhakti and prema bhakti. We don't know the process of bhakti. And fourth kind of ignorance, what is unfavorable for developing Krishna consciousness. So these are the 4 kinds of anarthas and dust, which covers our heart. So now, we are going to shift from Shikshashtaka and go to a more practical again. We're going to concentrate more on the offenses, 10 offenses to the holy name. If you want to learn about the offenses to the deity, you can read Nectar of Devotion. And we'll also talk about Vaishnava aparad, because that's included in the offenses to the holy name. So first of all, we should know that we have a relationship with Krishna, and right now it's broken because of our offenses, our anarthas. Our relationship is broken. So we need to make a relationship with Krishna. So, why? Why do we want a relationship with Krishna? That is my question to you. Why? Why you want to have a relationship with Krishna? Because we forgot him? Okay. Any other reason?
Well, this is the only way we can be happy.
We can be happy. That's the only way, yeah?
Because only this relationship is perfect.
It's only perfect relationship? Somebody in the back?
It represents love.
Love. Okay, it's the only love. Yes?
Krishna wish that we
Krishna wants it.
want to.
Krishna wants us to have a relationship with him. That's a good reason. Any other reasons why we should have a relationship with Krishna?
Because that's who we are.
That's who we are. That's us. Okay? Yes?
This is only relationship.
It's the only relationship we have. Yeah, the other relationships we think we have, they're illusion. Yes?
I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Pass.
I have comment for this. But Thakur speak best level for devotee is Jiva level.
Jiva.
This also level, also connect.
So you would also like to say, yeah, actually, in one sense, you speak some truth there, because the Madhyama has relationship with 4 types there of living entities. But in the spiritual world, that will not be there.
Thakur speak this only.
Yeah, yeah,
Means no have for
okay.
anyway, for nothing.
Yeah, you don't like the idea only Krishna, it should be also
Very
Krishna's
short.
devotees. Okay, all right. Any other relationship? Yes.
We hear about Krishna and read about Krishna, so if we compare Krishna's qualities or his personality with some others, he's like the best.
Good reason, good reason. We heard about Krishna and his qualities, and if we compare with others, there's no comparison. He's got the best qualities. We should have a relationship with Krishna. Yeah, we should. Okay, good. So let's see what we can do. We want to chant with relationship now. We want to chant with relationship. We'll chant a little, again, Japa. How to chant with relationship? You can ask yourself, who is Krishna for you right now? Who is Krishna? I mean, what is your connection with Krishna right now? What are your feelings towards Krishna? So in that mood, we can chant a little bit of Japa. Sri Rupa Goswami has glorified the holy name. Jayanamaya Munivrindakeya Janaranjanaya Paramakshara Tamanadarat Apimanakudiritam Nikilo Gata Papatalim Vilampasi. Your glories to you, O holy name. The sages have always sung hymns praising you, and you have now appeared in transcendental form of the supreme syllables for the pleasure of all humanity. If one chants those syllables of the holy name even indifferently, indirectly, jokingly, deceptively, or slightly, you destroy his most dreaded sinful reactions, thereby extinguishing all of his sufferings. Therefore, you are always victorious. So here, we hear that even if we chant jokingly, we get free from all sin, but what makes it so difficult? Why do we struggle with our chanting? Because we do make offenses to the holy name. And the cause is that we don't realize Krishna and his name are the same. So there is one prayer you can find on your sheet. It's the second page. The second of your page, right after here. You have the Adi Purana prayer, and on the back of the page, there is a second verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1, Verse 4. Srila Prabhupada has said that this verse, if we chant, will counteract our offenses to the holy name. So I will sing one line, and you can repeat after me. Nivrittata SHARE upagiyamana Nivrittata SHARE upagiyamana Bhavakshata shattamana virama Bhavakshata shattamana virama Gautama Shokka Gunanupara Uma Virajeta Vina Pashukana. Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in the parampara system conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is relished by those no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Descriptions of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul, undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? So, Prabhupada has given a lecture on this verse. He says there's 3 levels of chanting shown in this verse. There is Namavasa, that's the liberated soul. He enjoys chanting, that's Namavasa. Bhavoshadha, that is the medicine. For the conditioned souls, for the non-liberated souls, it's the right medicine. And Shotamano Viramat, it's also the beginning stage. Some people, they hear the chanting and they're attracted, even though they're not liberated souls, they're just attracted. It's good for the beginners also. So for the common men who are not serious, they will hear Prabhupada said, they will enjoy. They will like the singing. They will like the singing. Just like right now, at this very time, these very days, His Holiness Indra Maharaj is in the Woodstock Festival in Poland. And I remember in his journal, one year, usually they stay in this one place, a school, but the ladies, they were in charge of the school, they didn't want them to stay. But, so then they had to find a different accommodation, but then they invited, the ladies came to the Kirtan, and after hearing the Kirtan, they were so overwhelmed, they said, no, you can stay. They just heard the Kirtan, and it was so beautiful that they came to actually criticize. They came to find some mistake. But the Kirtan just overwhelmed them so much that they felt so happy, and they invited the devotees to stay. And so, ordinary people will be attracted by the Kirtan of the holy name. Prabhupada gives the example of Jagai and Madhai. He said they didn't really make offenses, but he said when they were drunk they were appreciating. One of them was appreciating. Prabhupada said this in a lecture on this verse. Oh, these rascals chant very nicely. They appreciated the chanting. Prabhupada said in his lecture. So that's interesting. And they were copying. They were jokingly chanting also. Like sometimes if you go on Harinam, people will imitate the chanting. And so Jagai and Madhai were imitating. They were jokingly chanting the holy name. And so, but for those who are serious chanters, there are 3 levels of chanting. That is the offenseless stage, Shuddhanam, the pure stage where Krishna fully reveals himself with all his potencies. This phrase also, Shota Mano Biramat, it also can apply to the offenseless stage where you're naturally attracted. Namavas, that's the clearing stage, which most of us are going through. Namaparad, the offensive stage, which we also are going through. So, the repeated chanting should bring us very quickly, free us from material desires, and if these signs do not come, then it's because we are chanting with offenses. So, Bhagavatam verse 2.3.24, Tarashmasaram hridayam bhateram agriyamanar harinamadeya avikyatatayada vikaro rete charam kataruheshu harsha. If one's heart does not change, tears do not flow from his eyes, his body does not shiver, his bodily hairs do not stand on end as he chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it should be understood his heart is as hard as iron, and this is due to offenses at the lotus feet of the Lord's holy name. Prabhupada says in the purport, this is due to, even after we're always cheering and chanting, if we're not having tears come from our eyes and hair standing on it, it's because of offenses. So by offending Nam, we lose our taste, we lose our attraction for sadhana bhakti, and it may become dry. We'll talk about what to do tomorrow when chanting becomes dry. But if you continuously chant Hare Krishna, then you can nullify your offenses. And Madhurya Kadambini says you should feel sorrowful, repent. Oh, I wish I was not so inattentive. I will not do it again. I will be attentive to my chanting. Satsrup Maharaj has said in his Japa Reform Notebook, the 10 offenses involve not only the time when we sit down to chant, but our whole devotional life, that is, in the day. So why should we try to avoid the offenses? Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Anartha nasya yatna kavu nahi jar, namakripa nahi pai, durdaiva tahar. Person who never makes any effort to get rid of the anarthas will attain nothing but misfortune and not the mercy of the holy name. Namakripa vina koti koti yatna kore, tahate anartha kavu nahi chare tare. Without the mercy of the holy name, one may make countless efforts, but the anarthas will never loosen their grip on him. Nishkapata yatne kande namira charane, durahoy anartatar apodine. On the other hand, if one sincerely takes shelter of the holy name, crying at the name's lotus feet, anarthas will quickly disappear. So here, crying is also recommended. Prabhupada also recommended crying and saying, please accept me. His Holiness Gaur Govinda Maharaj said, I have opened a school for crying in Bhuvaneshwar. A school for crying, for the holy, crying and chanting the holy name. So we want to lead a positive spiritual life with a positive attitude rather than having a negative meditation. Sometimes we think, I don't want to do this offense, I don't want to blaspheme devotees, I don't want to do this. That's negative meditation. We should not think so negatively, but we should think positively. If we are always living with the fear of committing offenses, that's also not good too. We should just think of Krishna, and that will help us. So we want to talk about the 10 offenses, not all of them, but maybe one of them, and or 2 of them. And we want to try to understand what is the best positive alternative to chanting, to thinking about the negative side of the offenses. We want to make a positive meditation. So how would we make a positive meditation on the first offense to offend the devotees of the Lord, Vaishnava Aparad? How can we make that positive alternative? What can we do instead of offending the devotees? Yes?
You can glorify them.
Can glorify the devotees, yes?
We can try to serve them.
We can serve the devotees, we can glorify the devotees. Okay. What else can we do? I guess that covers everything, huh? Glorify and serve? Nothing else.
Make devotees.
Oh, we can make devotees. Okay, good idea. Change demons into devotees. No, change non-devotees into devotees. Okay. We can do that. Good. So now, there's 4 principles that will help us to overcome blasphemy of devotees. First of all, we have to cultivate the finding good nature. We have to appreciate. So this is another thing we can do. We can appreciate devotees. We can see something nice about them. Our mind should be like a bee and not like a fly. We should look for the nectar of the devotees. We should look for the good things. So if we appreciate devotees, that will help very much to overcome this critical nature that we have. Second, no one is an eternal rogue. Before passing judgment, remember, every saint had a past and every sinner has a future. So even we see a lot of saintly devotees, In their past, they might have done so much nonsense, but now they're devotees. We should not see the past. That's some people have that problem, that they see, oh, he did this, he did that, she did this, she did that. How can I accept? No. Now we should accept they have changed. And secondly, every sinner has a future. That's otherwise, what's the use of preaching? If we don't think that these people can change, we can transform them. So third thing, try to see Krishna everywhere, see his divine hand in all events. And fourth, change your attitude. Turn the mind from negative to bad to good, negative to positive, and you will find heaven on earth. So these 4 principles will help you to overcome sadhu ninda. And this, yes, you got this all in your papers. Oh, by mistake, I sent the wrong file. And so somehow Lord Chaitanya had mercy, and you don't have to take notes on this section. You can have the whole thing. It's all in your papers. And that big stapled pages in the back. Yeah, there was another file that somehow didn't get sent. And so now I'd like to discuss inattentive chanting. I don't think, you may not have this in your papers. I think you're finished with what you got. So be happy with what you got. No, you do have it. You do have it. Yeah, you have it. Oh, inattention. So 3 principles of inattention. Audasinya, indifference. That means lack of attraction or lack of attraction. Second, jadya, laziness. You're chanting with a murky mind. Stop chanting before finishing a round in order to attend to an important, so-called important activity. Strong urge to interrupt chanting for a rest. So laziness. And so this is a problem. Third is vikshepa, distraction. That we can understand. Before these things were written about distraction, there were no cell phones, but now we have cell phones. A wonderful distraction, unless you put Prabhupada chanting Japa on your cell phone and while you're chanting, then that's okay. You can have that. So, distraction produces illusion. I don't need to go through all this, but because you do have it. So, but one thing I would like to do is ask you, what can we do to counteract indifference? Well, what to counteract? What is the positive alternative to indifference, audasinya, or lack of attraction? How can we counteract this type of inattentive chanting, indifference? How can we help ourselves get out of this indifferent attitude? Yes?
Associate with devotees.
Associate with devotees or enthusiastic, yes, enthusiastic devotees.
To hear their realization.
Hear their realizations, yeah, of enthusiastic devotees. Good. That will help us to counteract indifference. Anything else? Yes.
Reading before.
Reading. Read before you chant, okay? Read before you chant. That means you have to get up early. Okay? The second, laziness. This would also counteract laziness. How do we counteract laziness in chanting the holy name?
Proper rest.
Da dokončamo krok, ko ga začnemo.
Yeah, translation?
That we persevere.
Persevere. Persevere. Perseverance. Okay. And somebody said something before that, I can't remember what it was. Okay. Any other way to counter? Yeah.
I read once that it takes the same time, but we chanting attentively or not.
Okay, it takes the same time if we chant attentively or inattentively. Yeah, so just realize that. You could be chanting attentively. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Yeah. Another way to count laziness may also include sleepiness. Sometimes we sleep. How can you counteract sleep? Yeah, getting enough rest. That's what somebody said. Also, you get a spray bottle. You get a spray bottle when you fall asleep. I found that very useful. Get some Ganga water Jimuna water, Radhakund water. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, now I've become an advanced devotee, so sometimes I fall asleep chanting Gayatri and then I wake up and start chanting Japa. It's like, oh. Yeah, so that can happen. I mean, recently that happened to me. I was thinking, oh. Anyway.
I have sometimes.
Yeah, you also. Yeah, this is inattentive chanting. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. No. Anyway, nobody was watching, so. That would be even more embarrassing. Okay, so laziness and indifference. Now the last one is distraction. How to counteract distraction? Yeah, turn off your cell phone, turn off your computer, turn off your kids. Yeah, turn off your family.
Turn off your mind.
Turn off your mind. Very good. Yes, this is an advice from Burijan Prabhu. Neglect the mind. You can try. It doesn't always work. You can try. Sometimes it may work. So this is for distraction. Anything else to counteract distraction?
Focus.
Focus.
I just remember Urmila Mataji said one nice thing
Mhm.
with Japa, that we should not change our mind, try to
Change our mind.
but we should change our identity.
We should change our
Because
identity.
whatever thoughts we have are connected with our
Oh, very good.
false identity.
Okay.
Not to
Instead of changing your mind, change your identity.
control,
Control your identity. So, okay, who are you? Servant of Krishna, servant of Lord Chaitanya. Okay, good. Then we will have a different thoughts if we control our identity. We will control our identity. Good. So the mood that counteracts inattention is utsaha, enthusiasm. This will counteract laziness, it will counteract indifference, it will counteract distraction. So this will help us. If we are enthusiastic, if we also associate with somebody who is enthusiastic. So this is in nectar instruction, utsaha, nishtaya, taryat, enthusiasm, confidence, and patience. All of these things will help us. So here we go. Tomorrow we have the 64 rounds day. So it's good to get a little bit in that mood. Today I have a prayer here from Sri Rupa Goswami from Nectar of Devotion. Asha Bandha, hope against hope. I have no love for Krishna, no for the causes of developing love of Krishna, hearing and chanting. In the process of bhakti yoga, by which one is always thinking of Krishna and fixing his lotus feet in the heart, is also lacking in me. As far as philosophical knowledge or pious works are concerned, I don't see any opportunity for me to execute such activities, but above all, I'm not even born of a nice family. Therefore, I must simply pray to you, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Krishna, maintainer and beloved of the gopis. I simply wish and hope that some way or other I may be able to approach your lotus feet, and this hope is giving me pain, because I think myself quite incompetent to approach that transcendental goal of life. And so the purport in Nectar Devotion, it says, under this heading of Ashabandha, one should continue to hope against hope, some way or other he'll be able to approach the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. And I think that's the end of your notes that you got by mistake. Special bonus papers you got here. Bonus. Special bonus. Okay. So now, let me see. There's another thing I wanted to do today, but I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's that. Here it is. Yes, I wanted to go through the stages of anartana vritti, 6 stages. Because we're talking about anartana vritti, the stage of clearing stage. And I tried to get this copied for you, but I think you got the other file instead of this one. So I'll just tell you what's on it, and you can listen carefully and take notes. This information you will find in Madhurya Kadambani. Madhurya Kadambani. 6 stages of Anartha Nivritti. The first stage is Utsaha Mai. So this means that you're very enthusiastic, too enthusiastic when you first join. And you want to make your whole family devotees, your mother and father, but you don't preach in the best way. You may say, you come home and say, okay, surrender to Krishna, or else you will go to, you're in Maya. Or you may say something like, you're not my father and mother, I had so many fathers and mothers, and so many births. Oh, how would they feel if you say that? So this is the mistake. Mistake in preaching in the beginning, you're over-enthusiastic, and you want to convert everyone in your house, and all of your friends, but they don't take to it. And you wonder, what's wrong with them? Why don't they don't see this? Why they don't see this great philosophy, this great chanting? Utsahamai. And you think, I'm the best devotee, yes. Just only problem is they don't recognize me yet. But one day they will see how I am the best. So this is the beginning stage, Utsahamai. And Gana Tarala is the second level. Gana Tarala is Sanskrit. It means sometimes enthusiastic, sometimes lazy. Sometimes you're very enthusiastic, sometimes you're not. And so this happens. Sometimes you're ready to get up early in the morning and go to Mangalarti, and sometimes you're thinking, I went to somebody Mangalartis already, today I will sleep. And no Mangalarti today. Or I chanted 16 rounds yesterday, for a whole month I chanted 16 rounds. Today I will chant 8. This is sometimes enthusiastic and sometimes not. Second level. Third level, Vyuta Vikalpa is indecision or extensive speculation. That means you don't know how to proceed. You think, should I stay in this temple? Should I go to another temple? Should I get married? Should I remain single? Should I go out and get a job and move out from the temple, or should I just remain brahmachari? So this is called Vyuta Vikalpa. You don't know, should I renounce or should I enjoy? While I'm engaging in devotional service, of course. I will not give up devotional service, but little enjoyment won't hurt anything. So this is the third level of unsteady devotional service. So the fourth level, Vishaya Sangara, is you're fighting, you're having a tug of war with sense enjoyment. You know it's not good to enjoy, but somehow you can't stay on the path. You sometimes break the regular principles. You cannot remain steady. Sometimes you fall victim to sense enjoyment. So you're always, and then you feel bad, and you try to again take up the path. So that's the fourth level. Fifth level, Niyamakshama, that we try to make some vows. Okay, Nirjala Ekadashi today, and I will stay up whole night and fasting, and then next day you sleep. Or else you make the vow of Nirjala Ekadashi, but then come 6 o'clock at night, I'm really hungry. I better not only I'll drink water, I'm gonna eat too. So that is the fifth level. You make vows, but then you cannot keep these vows. That's the fifth level. And the sixth level, Taranga Rangani, enjoying material facilities. You become a preacher. People give you donation. If you're brahmachari, and then you say, oh, okay, I got the donation. This is for me. This is for Krishna. And you forget about your status. You enjoy it, or you get a special room, or you get special prasad. So this is called Tarangarangani. when you actually enjoy these special facilities that bhakti brings to you. So, these are the 6 unsteady levels of devotional service. I'll repeat them. First, false confidence, enthusiasm, number 1. Number 2 is sporadic endeavor, sometimes enthusiastic, sometimes not. Number 3, indecision or speculation, what to do next, not sure what to do. Number 4, struggle with the senses, desire for enjoyment. Number 5, inability to uphold vows. And number 6 is enjoying material facilities. So you may do also all of these at the same time too. It's not just you have to do only one. You may do all 6 at the same time, or 5 or 4. And so Lord Chaitanya, Gaura Nitai are very merciful. They will help us if we sincerely surrender, be introspective, try to take the weeds out from our heart. And they are here to help us. So how do Lord Chaitanya, how do Gaura Nitai help us? It's described in Chaitanya Charitamrita that they come in our heart. It's described, we have the sun, now the sun is out, came out. And when the sun comes up, then it reveals all the things, objects of this world. But when Gaura Nitai come, they reveal our heart, they light up the innermost core of our heart, the darkness of our heart. And they help us meet 2 kinds of Bhagavatas, the book Bhagavat and devotee Bhagavat. And then what happens next, when these 2 Bhagavatas come in our heart, the book and the devotee, then we get bhakti. Then bhakti comes next. What comes next after bhakti? After we get bhakti, we get love in our heart, then we can control Krishna. We capture Krishna in our heart. So this is what's happening if we hear attentively the holy name. So we should try for that. Okay, now we're going to meditate on a mantra which will give us great hope and will bless us with the ability to chant Hare Krishna without offenses. Now, which mantra is this? It's something we all know very well. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. So Prabhupada has said that if we chant this Panchatattva mantra, it's easier, there's no offense in chanting Panchatattva mantra. 10 offenses for chanting Hare Krishna, no offenses for chanting Panchatattva Mahamantra. You can chant without offense if you chant Panchatattva Mahamantra. And so Narottam Das Thakur sings Arkabe Nitai Chan Koruna Hobe Sangsara Vasana Mor Kobe Tucho Kobe. When will Nitai be merciful to me and all my material desires will become insignificant? So whenever the chanting is difficult, pray and meditate on the Panchatattva Mahamantra or Panchatattva because they are very merciful. It is said, Mukha kavita kore jasabar smarne pangagiri lange antadeke targane. By remembering the lotus feet of Panchatattva, a dumb man can become a poet, a lame man can cross mountains, a blind man can see the stars in the sky. So last thing, Katanchana svite yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet svite viparitam sa shi chaitanya namamitam. Things that are very difficult to do become easy to execute if one somehow or other simply remembers Lord Chaitanya. But if you forget Lord Chaitanya, even easy things become difficult. To this Lord Chaitanya, I offer my respectful obeisances. Okay, so now we're going to have a special meditation on, I'll have to come, I better turn it on because you might do it wrong. Wait. Now turn this way. We're going to have a special meditation. Wait.
Krišna.
Okay. So we're going to have a meditation. This is the installation. This is the installation of the Panchatattva deities in Mayapur in 2004, the original installation. We're going to watch it for a few minutes. It's not coming, or what?
It needs to turn on again because it turned off.
It turned off?
It will be in a second.
Yeah. So we're going to look at the Panchatattva, and we're going to do something that you don't do this again. It's only for today for 3 minutes. Not that you do this at home. Yeah. Well, we're going to say the Panchatattva Maha Mantra while we're meditating on the form of the Panchatattva. So we're going to say it all together, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, like that, while we're watching this. For a few minutes only, we'll do this, and then we'll go to the original sound and we'll sing along with the Abhishek. Okay, so are we ready? You can play. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Okay, sound.
Hare Krishna,
you chant Panchatattva Mahamantra, if you chant between each round, then try to see the form. And it's easy, you've got the temple here. You can do that. You can meditate on the form of Panchatattva when you say their names. Think of them. Think of how they look. So you may ask the question, well, if there's no offenses, why don't we just chant Panchatattva Mahamantra? Why chant Hare Krishna? It's so difficult. Because Lord Chaitanya wanted us to chant Hare Krishna. That's why. We want to please Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he asked us to chant Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna. And that we want to please Lord Chaitanya. We want to follow his instructions. Okay, so we're going to do one more exercise today. This wasn't the final one. Another different kind of exercise. So you should. We want to now actually meditate. Trying to meditate on the form of the Lord in the heart. And Srila Prabhupada has given a lecture that you can imagine in my heart I've placed a diamond throne because Krishna is coming, very costly, nice asana. And he said this is a fact. You can create such a situation in your heart. You can sit down anywhere and think Krishna is sitting in your heart and you're receiving him. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has said that Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadhan. Krishna is our mother, Krishna is our father, Krishna is our life. So when we chant and hear with rapt attention, then Krishna will come and be with us. So now we're going to, you take your japa beads in your hand and be ready to chant. And close your eyes and think of your favorite deities. We're going to chant to our favorite deities, whoever they may be. Radha Krishna, Panchatattva, Gaunitai. And we want to see that Krishna is really there, that he's coming in front of us, and the deities, we're having darshan of the deities. They're looking at us, observing our expression, hearing our vibration, perceiving our attitude, feeling the pulse of our heart. Krishna is listening now very attentively to your chanting, and so we have to chant very seriously and sincerely with feeling. Our only desire is to make Krishna happy by our chanting. So we will chant now and meditate on your favorite deities. Okay? So now you have some different meditations today. You can also try sometimes to chant with your favorite deity. Remember the Panchatattva form when you chant Panchatattva Mahamantra. Try to taste Krishna when you chant with your tongue. So we'll stop here. If there's any questions, you can ask at this time. In back?
You speak, only problem is apparat for calling it.
That's what we discussed today, yes.
Yeah.
No, there is also anarthas we discussed and ignorance. It's not the only problem, but it's a big problem.
Yeah. Please explain how connect. I wake up in 4 o'clock, not doing apparat, in now apparat problem. I'm doing maybe apparat before 3 days. Not doing.
I don't understand the question.
How connect my apparat before 3 days? Today I chant.
How can you connect, like with
How
his,
connected?
maybe problems with chanting, with anarthas that are with offenses that he did 3 days ago?
Yeah.
I don't know, Krishna knows how to do that, how to connect it. I don't know how to connect it, actually.
Influence probably.
Huh?
How does the aparada from 3 days ago influence
Oh, how does aparad influence your chanting?
today?
Yeah, you lose your taste. If you commit offense, it may not happen after 3 days, it may happen after 1 week, it may happen after 1 month, but you lose your taste for chanting. You find it very difficult to chant, you don't want to chant. That's what happens when you commit aparadha. Or you may not be able to chant attentively. Maybe your attention, you cannot focus. These are the effects of Vaishnava aparadha. Yes, you had a question?
How to make more happy to devotee?
How to make devotees happy?
Yeah.
Sell ice cream.
You like more. More.
What was the answer?
Sell ice cream.
Sell ice cream? You sell ice cream? Yeah, I heard there's ice cream every day in Slovenia. Is that true? No need to sell?
But it's a rumor. But
We should move to Slovenia, yes?
don't give everyone.
Yeah. How to make devotees happy? If you are happy, then you can make devotees happy.
Thank you.
If you have this happiness, if you have this happiness in your heart, then devotees will be happy to be with you, and you will make them happy. If you have a critical attitude in your heart, then devotees will not want to be around you, and you will not make them happy. If you're only finding the faults, if you're appreciating, if you're helping, if you're serving, then devotees, you will make them happy. You will make them happy. It's easy to make devotees happy. It doesn't take too much. Okay, question? Yes?
Hare Krishna, regarding that verse when Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that person who never makes any effort to get rid of the anarthas. So, how to get rid of anarthas?
How to get rid of anarthas? We gave you a prayer today, a verse from Bhagavatam. We also Panchatattva Mahamantra. If you meditate on that and pray, use it as a prayer. Please, Panchatattva, please forgive my offenses. Please help me to counteract my offenses to the holy name, which I may not even do knowingly. We do so many offenses unknowingly. So this will help very much meditation on the Panchatattva Mahamantra. Meditation on Panchatattva, you have Panchatattva, it's easy. Easy for you. Pray to them. You have a very nice facility here in Ljubljana, is that how you say it? The first time I said it. But I can't spell it. No. Okay, yeah, pray. You need to pray, and also to counteract offenses, you do the positive alternative, and then you won't commit offenses. Glorify the scriptures, appreciate the devotees, glorify the devotees. Try to think of what is the positive thing you can do so that you will not commit offenses. Read the books. That's a way to glorify the books, is if you read them. Okay, any other questions? Yes?
Is chanting Panchatattva Mahamantra something like a rule before every round? Or is...
This is a very interesting question. Is it chanting Panchatattva Mahamantra a rule? It's not a rule. But somehow it happened after Prabhupada left that they started doing this. I find it nice because then you can pray for help, you can meditate. But sometimes you just want to keep chanting, and that's also good.
Sometimes it's like a break.
Yeah, it's a break. So if you find you see it's up to you. If it breaks up your chanting, then there's no need. There's no need to do. It's good to do before you start chanting. Because Prabhupada did say in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we should chant Panchatattva mantra before we chant Hare Krishna. So you can do it once before your 16 rounds. That would be, I would say, more like a rule. But it's not a rule between rounds. Between rounds, that is flexible, up to you. Because we didn't do it when Prabhupada was here. It's something that it was a nice. I accepted it. I adopted it. I thought this is a nice addition. Kind of helps you to remember Panchatattva. But if you are really absorbed in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then that's good. That's good. Keep absorbed. Any other questions?
I'm just curious,
I'm just curious about yourself. What helps you best in your chanting? What kind of technique or attitude?
Yeah. Well, I pray. I do pray. Different prayers, different techniques. I try. Sometimes I do affirmations before. I was trying them out before the seminar, and I found them really good. Some of them, and also I try to hear or chant. Actually, for me, chanting is easier. I try to chant one mantra. I try to chant. I do that one. That's what originally started me on my path of Japa reform, was chanting as many mantras in a row as possible. And if I would get up to 5 minutes, then I would be in ecstasy. To chant that many. But see, I'm a real clock watcher, so that's not for everyone. That's not for everyone to do. That's for me, it's my conditioning. Because I was a pujari for 7 years, and you're very tied to the clock. Especially if you're doing all the artis and dressing and everything. You're really, the clock, you're controlled. So in my japa also sometimes I use that. I see. So also another funny thing I do with the clock is I see how long it takes me to get distracted from, how long it takes for my mind to go away. Usually it's before a minute. Then my mind goes somewhere. But if I can keep it for 5 minutes, then again it's really good. At least 5 minutes. But that's not for everyone. But I do all these things. I do try to chant. Sometimes different things. The mind will not be happy if you do the same thing every day. My mind anyway. I don't know about your mind. But I try to do. But prayer is very, very important. Okay, another question here. Yes? In front.
Regarding Vaishnava Parat, because it is said that if we do Nama Parat, then we just continue chanting.
You continue chanting.
Yeah, and if we do Vaishnava Parada, the chanting is not enough. Actually, I read that the chanting, that the name can destroy you. In what sense does this happen?
Well, I don't know if the name destroys you. I haven't heard that, but you do have to go to the person you offended, and if it is a verbal offense, then you make a verbal apology. If it's mental, then you can do it mentally. If you've done it mental. If it's physical, then good luck. It's very hard to then you have to serve that devotee, maybe even verbal. You have to serve. You have to go to the devotee, just like Durvasa Muni. He offended Amrish Maharaj, and he had to go to the feet. He tried everything, and nobody could help him. For Vaishnava Parad, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu could not help him. He had to go to that devotee. And the devotee was very merciful, and he prayed for the benefit of Durvasa Muni. Any other questions? Yes. Enthusiasm ki jai.
We were saying that Krishna actually comes in the form of the holy name, and he begs us that please accept me.
Yeah.
Right? So is it like that right now? That's our relationship with Krishna. That we're saying to him, "You please accept me," and he's saying, "No, you please accept me."
Yeah. That's it. You got it. Yeah. I mean, he's been saying, "Please accept me" for a long time. In our heart, he's sitting there waiting. When will you accept me? We just started to say, "Please accept me," but he's been saying for a long time. He's been waiting for millions of lifetimes for us to accept him. Yeah, he's coming. He's coming. And one day we'll see him. Come. Any other questions? Okay, Jai, all glories to Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Yeah, we have time for announcements. We're 5 minutes early.